Guys, the talk of the town is not Bitcoin right now. Let's just start with that. It is absolutely silver. Guys, silver has outperformed any of your altcoins. Actually, in fact, I've never done this with our members either. I'm going to show you guys something. If you look at others.d, let's just take a look at how horrible others.d has compared to the appreciation curve of silver. Others.d basically shows us in cryptocurrency, if you take the whole market cap and you minus the top 10, this is basically what we call altcoins. Altcoins to silver have done something that I don't think anyone expected it to be this bad, okay? Let's pull the date range here. So since about December 20, let's just go to the first of the year. This will make it easy for everyone's brain and mind specifically to calculate. So if we take a look at a vertical line here, and we calculate from January 1st, we're right on about the 31st right there. Okay, your altcoins, your main altcoins, minus the top 10 currencies, you've lost 42%. But if you look at what you've been able to make in silver, you've not lost 42%, you've made 140%. You've made almost 3.5, pushing 4x if you were into silver. Okay, I'm not here to toot my horn, try to be prideful or anything about that. We heavily got our members and myself. We all, basically, a lot of us got into silver at $32. I know there's people who gotten a lot lower than that. We got in about $32 very heavily. What I am going to teach you guys today in what's called our, future forecast is that there is something happening right now that I think you guys need to see. And the link in the description, I just came out with this morning. I know there's a bunch of zealous price predictions out there of what silver could do. And when silver goes up, it's always, everyone's got these ridiculous price predictions. But I want to actually show you guys, not based on just some hype, actually look at the money rotation behind the scenes. I've said this before. If you want to understand the quality of investment in any asset class, look at not its fiat comparison, like Bitcoin to the dollar. Look at its inverse correlated asset class. Look at Bitcoin to silver. Look at silver to the stock market. When you see these charts that I show you guys, you're going to start seeing what's called money rotation. When I saw this breaking out, we jumped into silver at $32, and I think silver is going a whole lot higher than $32. We're already at $70. I think we could see $100 by Q1 of next year. I was talking to my gold guy last night, and gold and silver, who I purchased all of it from. There is a gentleman by the name of David Bateman that is standing for delivery of 13 million ounces of silver right now. It is $900 million, guys. Another gentleman I heard last night, probably part of an institution, $200 million worth of silver. Guys, you have to understand, the people who are shorting silver, those contracts were mainly paper contracts. When lease rates went up to over 60% and in some cases 100%, you need physical silver to roll your short positions. That is not possible. Why? Because there was never enough physical silver to sustain the paper contracts for shorts in the market. Now that we know that and everyone's taking delivery, like $1.1 billion that I know of in the last 7 days, what's going to happen? The system is going to break. So what I'm going to go over with you guys this morning is it actually a better play right now to sell some of your altcoins and get into silver? I'll make my argument, okay? And I'll show you my portfolio because you're probably shocked at, like, I'm a crypto channel, but you'd be shocked about how much I have in silver right now. Because this is not the only chart. There's many charts I'll show you guys. I can see the targets of where silver is heading. I can see the money rotation behind the scenes that you guys can't see because you're still pricing everything in US dollars. You can't do that. If you look at the stock market and Bitcoin compared to gold and silver, and you look at these other charts of money rotation, it's absolutely as clear as day. Money is flowing in one direction. And my concern for people is that I think the bull market topped on October 6th, and it looks like a bear market is potentially taking over. And I've shown people, I'll show this really quick. I won't go too much into member content here, but I've shown you guys epochs, price past halving events. Price past halving events, guys, I called on December 31st that we're probably going to see the peak and it's going to downturn from there. And we've been rolling down from that point. Just look what happens typically when we go about 80 weeks past halving events. It doesn't look good. So I want to talk to you guys today about a risk management plan of actually, I know it's high. Look, I know it looks ridiculous. And technically with our metrics, we are actually sitting in, we're sitting in max euphoria. It's like really high. So this is the highest reading you can get. So it is just FOMO, FOMO, FOMO. It is one of those times that if we get a drawdown, I do think this can go higher, and I think $100 is possible. So that is partly what I want to talk about with you guys this morning. Also, I'm going to start talking to you guys about how I plan on opening my Bitcoin short position. As the market increases here, if we don't have macroeconomics, which we're looking at global liquidity, the federal balance sheet, we're looking at PMI and interest rates. We have a chart that tracks all that. If we don't see those tailwinds pick up and we see price increase, I believe it's a false breakout. And we are on Trade Confident here in our membership, we are all going to start opening up short positions on the market. I don't think it's time just yet. I'm ready for a pullback. I want to see some longs get liquidated first to get them trapped. And then once all those, my apologies. Once the shorts get liquidated because price goes up and they get trapped, then I'm looking to actually bet on the market going back down. The market can go down once we actually clear out the shorts so exchanges don't have to pay a lot of money when the market goes back down. So I'm actually going to show you guys how we plan on opening up a leveraged Bitcoin short position, not with leverage, but it's naturally leveraged on the stock market, and you guys can actually open the ticker up on Kraken as well. So I really want to take you guys to another level today in this future forecast. The link is in the description. It's $65 a month. We're giving you 25% off on the first month, as well as I'll talk about the indicator sell here in a second. But I really do feel like this is where my attention needs to be focused on for you guys. It's for money making right now. I think there's a play where silver could outperform altcoins, and I want to show you that. I think there's a play to actually open up a short Bitcoin position coming up here in the relative future, not too far away. Okay. And are we being actually manipulated by the reverse carry trade where the price didn't go down, or is it still yet to happen? And what is my full conviction visualized in my portfolio allocation? And I'll show that to you guys. All right. Last but not least, the indicator sale, guys. We're actually not working on Christmas Eve or Christmas. I don't know if that's a shocker to anybody, but the team and I were taking off to be with our families. This sale runs until the 31st. The indicators we have used and we will be using to exit out of silver, out of gold, out of our altcoins, mainly is the market cycle highs and lows, as well as the Pro Trade Manager. During this Christmas time, we are giving everyone with a membership. So follow me here. You pay $65, use the 25% coupon code in the description. You get to watch the next 8 future forecasts. I come out with 2 every week of how I'm managing my portfolio. You get to go all the way through the end of the year and into January. And we're also using these indicators to actually manage our portfolio. So you're not purchasing indicators that are just, okay, I purchased them. No, we're actually using these to make decisions in our portfolio, which is pretty neat. So we're giving you guys $200 off. It's a total of $600 off our 3 new AI indicators. We were able to call the drop on the last future forecast on Bitcoin by looking at what whales were doing behind the scenes, if you guys recall that. Okay, we actually, I don't know if I should show it right now. I'll show it. What the heck? I'll show this to you guys. I said in a previous video that when we got up here, we had more selling. I actually showed this to you guys. I just showed this to you yesterday, actually. When I said on the 4-hour time frame that I said the volume on this candle here for shorts was 2.3 and the volume was 1.1, basically double. And this candle had only formed to right about $89,000. I said most likely we are going to see the market move back down because they're going to trap the longs here. There's more selling volume than buying. Guys, look, retail traders, when they leverage, all the institutions can see where they can take out retail traders. We can now see where the big institutions and big whales are placing their shorts and their longs by volume. And so when I saw this come out here, I said, there's no way we're breaking back up here. We're going back down. So what we're doing is we're watching right now to see what is the next play. Are we going to get a large red bubble here? Are we going to get a massive push back up? We're going to know that with the volume bubble data. Okay. And then on top of this, when you place into the market, what we call the Pro Trade Manager, there is nothing that beats the peaks and the bottoms in the Pro Trade Manager. I've done this for 10 years, guys. Unarguably, it is the most accurate indicator. The next place we're looking for a short position on Bitcoin, guys, is when this oscillator comes back up here and it says sell, a short position. Because I know that the times when this is called sells, it's been at the top, it's been at the top, it has been exactly at the top, it has been at the top, and it has been at the top. That is where we're looking for our next short position. I'll just give it to you guys here. Watch for this to have a red dot. And then we're actually tracking the whole market cycle with this indicator, because I've shown this to you guys before that the whole Bitcoin market was actually predicted. Let me come back here and take this off. Was predictable with looking for max fear and fear in the market. See that down here where it's green and it's teal? That's the bottom of the cycle. So you guys putting the pieces together? We have 3 indicators. 1, cycles. Like you need to know where the bottom of the cycle is and where the top of the cycle is. And if it gets too overextended, it's just going to get really, really red. And what happens when it gets really red? Well, we have drawdowns of like 32%. We have drawdowns here. I think this was maybe a little bit about the same, about 32%. And then we obviously have the drawdowns here that was about 32% as well. So cycles are going to be able to be timed now. Now you have something on the intraday time frame. If you guys like to swing trade or scalp, you can put this on the 1 hour and 4 hour if you want as well. So that's nice. And then we can also see where wells are selling and buying. If I had to comprise 3 indicators to give me the greatest technical analysis to make decisions that were profitable, it would be these. That's why we coded these. So to wrap all this up, guys, for this sell, we are giving all of our members $200 off. If you guys are like, I don't want the membership, I don't care about that, I'm good on my own, that's great. Still, use Save 100 and you'll get $300 off all the new indicators. Last thing, guys, if you have been a previous member of ours and you purchased the Pro Pack or the top and bottom finder, we're going to give you guys 60% off all 3 of the indicators. You have spent probably $400, $500, $600 with us already. We're going to give you guys the biggest discount. And just email in at betradeconfident@gmail.com and we will give that coupon code to you guys today. Do it today because we're taking off Christmas Eve and Christmas. We're not doing emails for the next 2 days. We're going to be with our family, and I hope you are too. We'll be back on Friday to help you guys with any questions you have, and we'll do another video, and I'll do another future forecast update on the front page here. But guys, here's the order. Grab that membership, watch the future forecast first. Let me show you guys why I think there's a big play coming up here that you could take advantage of, and I think it's going to be pretty substantial as far as the returns to investors, okay? And then grab those indicators while they're on sale and then follow us as we actually trade our portfolio along with you guys. I've stopped releasing my exact numbers of my portfolio just for security reasons. It's a sizable amount, let's just say that. That's what I'm comfortable with saying. We are not coming out here and just trying to sell you guys a product. We're actually using these on a pretty sizable portfolio. Where it matters. Let's just say that. The decisions I make, they can't just be hype to get you guys to buy something. If I make a decision with the indicators, I lose $100,000 easily, okay? So I'm being serious when we code these things and we use them. These are actually helping us genuinely, okay? All right, I love you guys. I hope you have a great Christmas. Remember the reason for the season, Jesus' birth. It is the greatest birth that has ever happened, and just remember the hope that gives us all. In our lives and during this time. So the link is in the description. Enjoy the future forecast, enjoy the coupon codes, and hope you guys all have just a very, very Merry Christmas. God bless all of you guys, and I'll see you guys Friday on the future forecast. Bye, guys.